and assemble the dungeon I've been working on for quite a while. And of course, the castle in the back is not part of the dungeon, but there it is right there. And oops, so I got my lens covered a little bit. There we go. And let me go ahead and find my own video so I can watch it with you guys, so I can see the comments. And this is my final part. Tonight it's going to go up for sale. So tonight I'm going to make a promo video showing basically the dungeon and starting my auction tonight. So that'll be really cool. So let me go ahead and do my sound check. Sound check, 1, 2, 3. Sound check, 1, 2, 3. All right, cool. So now I got your comments up. So let's go ahead and put this dungeon together. I got a brand new thing of Loctite super glue. So I am ready. I got my Q-tips on the ready because it's a great way to clean up the excess glue. Let's go ahead and set He-Man aside. He-Man. Now, I finally got it all painted and all ready. And it's taken quite a lot to get this all to this point, as you guys have seen. So I've painted these silver and then clear coated them. I did all the resin coating as you saw in the other videos first. And so here's this one here. Oh, it looks so cool. Nice shine on it. Not super shiny, but shiny enough. And then here's the window right here. The window. And then here is our skull that actually glows. And we're gluing that on too and doing a glow test on it. And then here is the base plate. And you can see I put a nice black wash on it, just a little bit. I didn't want too much because, again, this is not classics. This is for Origin, so I just wanted enough so you can see all the details on it without going overboard. And then, of course, here is the actual factual dungeon frame. Now, I know this video is a lot earlier than the time I usually have my videos playing, so I'm going to have the same audience as normal, but I got something going on tonight, so I wanted to get this built and in the box and ready to ship out. So there we go. There is the dungeon, and it came out looking so cool. So first up is putting the floor on this. Now, I've thought about it for days how I want to do this, and I decided I'm going to glue it on. Now, at first, people are probably like thinking, what? If you glue it on, then it's not as easy to take apart and mess with or repaint or whatever. But I was thinking, when you go to use this with your figures, and I'm going to go back and glue my Origins on too for the same reason. When you put a bunch of figures in here and you pick it up, the bottom falls out, and it's like, then all your figures fall all over the place. So I decided that this is going to get glued in place so that we do not have the figures falling out on people that have bought this cool dungeon. So let's go ahead. I got a brand new thing of Loctite. Look at that. My favorite super glue, the Ultra Gel Control. Let's crank the lid down on this. And then release the gel. Release the gel. I'm just going to set it in the 4 corners here. There we go. So if you are the lucky buyer of this, you can easily just take a mallet and give it one good swift whack, and it should come apart pretty easily. Because I'm not going to glue the full circumference all the way around, just the 4 corners. Let's go ahead and set that in there, give it some pressure, and let it sit for a few seconds. All right. Ta-da! Dun 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 dun. Dun dun dun. All right, and I made sure I put it on right so I have the squares in front for the gate to go into. So now the gate's going to go in. Shook. And those should line right up. Look at that. Oh. One, that's so cool that you are flocking your Panther right now as I'm doing this custom. Now, a hard piece to get in here is this right here. And I was tempted to bring my heat gun in here just to make sure it's a little easier to get in so I don't accidentally break it. And I might go grab my heat gun just so I can get this in here easily. It's the exact same size as the window But since then we've painted it. We've done other things too. And so I may have to heat it up to get it in there. So I'll go grab my heat gun to put that in there. And then we will put the top on and glue the skull on and check the glow on this. And then I'll box it so you guys can see the cool box. Alright, I got my heat gun. Now this particular dungeon, being it's for Origins, I did not put a lot of the normal shading I stick on it all around the bricks. I took it easy on this. I did do shading on the skull. The skull just looked way too boring without some kind of shading on it. But being the bricks are so deep, I didn't feel like I needed a lot of shading on it. Heat this right up, get it nice and malleable, and then we'll slide it in there. Woo, it's getting hot now. There we go. Oh, that is really tight. All right. One last heat blast. There we go. It is in there. It is in like Flynn. Whew, that looks so cool. So, we got that in there. And now, for the top. Ta-da, da-da-da-da. Okay, now we got to stick on the skull. And the skull's tricky because it has to go centered on here. Now, I'm going to use the this grate right here so I can see where the center is. And then just use that to glue the skull right in this area, right in there like that. That's the goal. So let's go ahead and stick some more glue on the back of this. the lid on the glue bottle. And I'm going to move this camera down so I can line my own eyes up. Get this just right because we're only going to get one shot at this. That looks pretty good. Look at that. Bum, 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 bum. Dun, 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 dun. Do you have sand some parts that you painted first? I sanded these parts a whole bunch. So these got really super sanded, and they also got resin coated, which is why that window fit in there. It's a little bit tight because the resin coating's in there too. And there we go. Everything seems to fit pretty nice now. So when you go to use this dungeon, you're just going to open this up, slide it back, then you can pull this up and then put it back down. Let's go ahead and put a figure in there. Flea Man. So, chink. Slide this up. Stick him in there. No, I've been put in the dungeon. Close the door. You can see him there in the window. There we go. He's just a little too close to the window, so it's hard to see. Let me just go and slide him a little bit back so you can see him with the light. There we go. And he's in the dungeon, trapped like a rat. All right, so I'm going to make my promo video later tonight, so you guys can check that out and see it. And then I'll also start the auction for this, like always. Starting bid will be $1. And there it is. Oh, the glowing in the dark. That's right. I forgot about that. Where is my flashlight? Lights off.
One sec. It looks like you haven't set up any home kit accessories.
What? Come on now. Why is my phone being difficult? It worked earlier when I said lights on this morning, or when I turned them on. There we go. Hooray. All right, so let's go ahead and light up that skull, and let's see how this works. Boom, boom, boom. Look at the cool glowing skull. And yes, that is a white glow in case you're wondering. So it's not the yucky green glow you usually see with most things, but it's it looks kind of purplish in person sometimes, depending on what you use to charge it with. But it is pretty cool looking. Now, for those that subscribe to my channel, if you happen to be so lucky as to win this dungeon, lights on.
One sec.
There we go. See, now it's working. If you happen to win this auction, I have this skull, or not a skull, but this skeleton that I tried to make with my 3D printer, and it's shattered into pieces, and it's not quite to scale with Origins. It's a little bigger, and if you want this skeleton to be included with your dungeon, this little chunk of the arm and his 2 broken legs and his broken torso, just remind me when you win, and I will include this broken bone guy. He's also glows in the dark. Hold on. Lights off. Hey, it worked that time. Cool. So check us out. And those baggy bones that are all broken up have this made of the same material it glows too. So if you want the broken skeleton, like I said, when you win the auction, let me know that you are a subscriber to my channel and you saw it and you want it. I'm not going to include it in the pictures of the auction or anything else, but if you decide you do want this as well, I will toss that in for those who are who've seen this video, I guess. So there you go. All right. I'm not going to turn the lights back on, so I'm going to end this video soon. But it will be pretty cool. I'm pretty excited about selling this. Let me look at your guys' comments. You should take a picture of He-Man inside. Yep, when I do the auction, I'll have the figures shown next to it and inside and stuff, so that'll be kind of cool. So watch for that promo video later tonight. It'll probably be in a couple hours. And oh, the box, check out this. Guess I'll turn the lights back on. Lights on. Really? Lights on. So I have bought some boxes that are just the right size for this to keep the shipping as low as possible. Shipping's still a fortune though, unfortunately. And so I went on Amazon and bought a bunch of these just to make sure that I have the right size to ship these in. There goes my lights. That's what you get for doing live videos, right? I will bubble wrap it in here, and it's cool. The box is just right to hold this. So there it is, all nice and packed. Again, like I said, I'll wrap it in bubble wrap first and everything else before it gets mailed. But the original ones I sold, I didn't have the right size boxes. I got really big boxes and they ended up costing a fortune to mail. So that's why I went and bought boxes that are just the right size. So the shipping will be the cheapest as possible when I type in the dimensions. So there you go. Cool, cool. All right, like, subscribe, tell your friends, watch for tonight's video, and it should be epic. Man, that glowing skull is so cool. I just finished painting the skull today, and I was pretty proud of myself the way it came out. I know you can't see it glowing now because it's so bright in the room. Bright light, bright light. Anyway, that's all I got for right now. Oh, I'm also working on a cool new Beastman head for the Revelation figures. So check that out in the next couple days. I should have one ready to show you guys. And that'll be cool too. My auctions are linked in the bottom. I do have 2 figures on auction right now. And then, like I said, in a few hours, this dungeon will be on that auction list too. Bye now.